Hey everyone, how's it going? It is your pal, Sal here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to our Miley Cyrus discography journey. So guys, today is Monday, hopefully when this video goes live, and we are like 4 days out from today. I'm filming this on Friday. I'm filming this on a Friday, so you get the drift, but since it's airing on Monday, guys, we are so close to the new album, Plastic Hearts. So yesterday, the new single, Prisoner, just dropped, and I gotta say, guys, it's a bop. I've been feeling it, and I've been loving it. And yesterday, I listened to Younger Now. I'm thriving, I'm feeling it, and I'm happy with where we're headed here. I'm so excited for this new era. And today, we are tackling the second EP from Miss Cyrus called She Is Coming, which was released on May 31st of 2019. So here's the drift with this album, or this EP, I should say, this extended play. I made it, but Miley released this EP last summer, summer of 2019, obviously, and the gist is that she was going to release 3 EPs. I think they were going to be called She Is Coming, She Is Here, She Is Everything, and then the album, they were all going to create one full album called She Is Miley Cyrus. So this dropped, and then we never heard anything again until Midnight Sky was released this year, and we learned that She Is Coming was just out and not happening. Or She Is Miley Cyrus was out and not happening. She Is Coming technically did happen. But this summer was just this was a good time for Miley. So she released this EP. She starred in this episode of Black Mirror, one of maybe 3 episodes I've seen of Black Mirror, and I loved the episode, and the songs that were released for it under the pseudonym Ashley O. On a Roll was a bop. It was a good time to be alive. I kind of wish On a Roll was included on this, but I get it. It's Ashley O's song, not Miley's, but we stan. So with this EP, it charted at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, so the same as Younger Now, so we like consistency, we do like that, and it only had one single, Mother's Daughter, which charted at number 54. So when this EP dropped, I did listen to it. I do remember listening to it in full. However, I probably only listened to it twice. I wasn't like, it's not even that I wasn't interested in it, I was a busy bee back then, and as if I'm not now, but you get the drift. But I do remember 2 songs from the album, so obviously Mother's Daughter, or EP, I should say, EP, and Cattitude, because I mean, when you have RuPaul attached, I mean, how could you forget that? Even though I'm not like a RuPaul's Drag Race, stan, he brings a presence that makes him well known. So I'm excited to revisit this EP and just see how I feel, and it's interesting to see like what I remember of Mother's Daughter, and now here we are in the Plastic Hearts era. It's rather interesting. So I think without further ado, we're gonna get started, and I want to make sure I have my volume up all the way because this song is a bop. So here we go. This is Mother's Daughter.
I'm a freak, hallelujah. Every day of the week, I'ma do ya like I want to. I'm a now crocodile, a piranha. Don't fuck with my freedom. I came up to get me some. I'm nasty, I'm evil. Must be something in the water, older than my mother's daughter. Don't fuck with my freedom. I came up to get me some. I'm nasty, I'm evil. Must be something in the water, older than my mother's daughter. So back up, my mama always told me that I'll make it.
And she did. She made it.
So I made it.
Where is it?
Swish,
Swish, motherfucker. Mother's Daughter is such a good single. It is such a shame that this only charted at number 54. This might be one of Miley's best lead singles of all time. I mean, yeah. I mean, well, maybe not her best, but it easily ranks up there with, 7 Things, Can't Be Tamed, We Can't Stop. This is a bop. It's so good. I love lyrically that she's saying that I'm everything. I'm everything, and you know what? I don't know what it is that makes me everything, but it might just be something in the water, or the fact that I'm my mother's frickin' daughter, because my mom is a bad bitch, I'm a bad bitch, and it just is what it is. I think that unfortunately a lot of songs in the summer of 2019 just had a lot of bad luck because of, well, and in fact her father was involved with this. As we all know, there was a I'm not going to use the term song because it's not a song, and you can't convince me that it's a song, but her father was part of a... We'll go with meme, and I feel like that's even too high class for it, but that song ended up just dominating the charts all summer long, and yeah, I don't agree with that at all, and what the record, it's just, that makes me a little sad, especially all the singles that were robbed that summer for that, you know? But I do like Billy Ray. He's funny, and I love Miley as a star. So I'm sure she supports her dad. But this is the better song. So this should have been the #1 hit. And we stan Mother's Daughter. I absolutely love it. What a shame! It's such a shame, but it's so good. Track number 2, Unholy. So here we go. This reminds me of a Kelly Clarkson song, but I don't know which one.
I'm a little drunk, I know it.
Okay.
I'ma get high as hell.
Okay.
I'm a little bit unholy.
Oh.
So what? So's everyone else.
True.
I'm a little drunk, I know
Oh.
it. I'ma get high as hell. Just wanna touch me. I'm only trying to get some peace. So let me do me. I'm a little drunk, I know it. I'ma get high as hell. I'm a little bit unholy.
I feel this.
So what? So's everyone else. Hey, I'm a little drunk, I know it.
I actually really liked this one. I think that this would have been a fun single. I would have enjoyed hearing this song on the radio. I love that in a sense, even though Miley had, even by this stage of the game, you know, with Younger Now, had softened her image a little bit, she still, from what I can gather, still smokes a little pot, still drinks. She's a young... just like me too. We're young, thriving and alive, and we just do what we gotta do. And I love how she's saying that why does it matter? Everybody else is doing it. Just accept it. Don't stop passing judgment on other people for literally doing what they're doing. I mean, that's the other thing too, especially in just everything about life, is that everyone's always up in each other's business. And I think to an extent, you know, that's just human nature, but you got to know when to back off and like just not care. You know what I mean? But this is what I always like, this is a term I use a lot too, even though I'm not like religious, but when I see someone do something and people are like, oh my God, and I'm like, well, let's just be frank here, that's not a sin, like what she did, like it's not so ungodly, so unholy that we have to freak the F out. So it's rather, I like that, unholy, I feel it, Miley, feeling a little unholy too, so I enjoy that. Track number 3, D.R.E.A.M, and it's spelled out D.R.E.A.M, like it's spelled out like with spaces and periods. And it also features Ghostface Killah. So here we go.
You're in my bed uninvited. It's fine cause I'm in the mood.
Okay.
Hope you don't mind if I spike it. We'll drink it, just me and you. And you know it's gonna be alright. Always last to leave the party. Drugs rule everything around me. Wake up with new tattoos.
It stands for drugs rule everything around me. Ooh, that's scary. Hang on.
On my body, drugs rule everything around me. Get the ghost, raise the toast, pop the molly. I can go toe to toe like I'm Ollie. Gonna be alright. We'll be fucking on the red eye flight. Keep up with me till the
Mile High
end
Club.
of the night. Everything around me.
Drugs rule everything around me. You could call me a king. I got it all in my store. You should drown me.
Okay, I'm a tad bit confused right now, but I love it. So, obviously, dream means drugs rule everything around me. So this is weird coming after a song like Unholy, where she's like, it's not unholy to do drugs, to be sexual, all these things. But she talks a lot about drugs. And then in this one, she's talking about how drugs are ruling everything around her. And I'm like, well, that's not good. And so I'm wondering if she's like, I don't think she's struggling with drug addiction. I don't remember reading anything about that. But it just sounds like she's trapped in a world where, you know, again, also maybe she just wrote this and it doesn't necessarily reflect her and her life. But just the way it seems, I was like, oh my goodness, you poor girl. And maybe that's also like a method of like how, you know, drug companies push down a lot of things, you know, to people. You could take this a lot of ways. I was like kind of shocked by it, but I really did enjoy the vibe because you get this sentimentalness within her voice. Unfortunately, the song ends a little poorly with this Ghostface Killah dude. He just is like yelling at me, or at all of us at the end of the song. And I was like, I don't like rap when it gets all this angry and yeah, well, angry. And I was just like, oh, I kind of wish it faded out with just Miley and her longingness. Yeah, I didn't like how that ended with him. And I was just like, yeah, I didn't need him. But other than that, I think the song is really nice. A lot of ways you could take it, but I mean, that's always great when a song is open to many different interpretations. Track number 4, we have a gay bop. We have Cattitude, which features RuPaul. And I don't know how much of this I remember, but I remember a bit at the beginning. So here we go, where he's like,
Miley Cyrus. Bitch, you look like you done already done had yours. You better go take your country ass indoors and put some damn clothes on, because don't nobody need to be seeing all of that. The library is officially open.
I work at a library too.
This
oh my
cat
God.
is in heat. Let me ride that beat. My pussy on fire. Pussy fire while I'm fire. This cat is in heat.
If you don't feel what I'm saying, turn up your gratitude, turn down your attitude. I love my pussy, that means I got Cattitude. If you don't feel it on the drum, I'm so nasty. I'm so motherfucking nasty.
Ride, shine, clock and pussy time. Bust my pussy nut while I'm fingering your butt. Do I suck dick? You ain't seen shit. Throw a C note, watch it slide down my throat. Yeah, my pussy fine, I pop it cause it's mine. I don't give a fuck if they call me a slut. What I do with a dick, I like my president. Put tears in his eyes when I'm like a brother dry.
So nasty. Stars, I'm a Maserati. I love you, Nicki, better listen to Cardi. I got a new song on the radio and it goes 5, 4, 3. I'm so nasty. Turn up your gratitude, turn down your attitude. I love my pussy, that means I got Cattitude. If you don't feel what I'm saying, I don't fuck with you. If you don't feel what I'm saying, I don't fuck with you. Back up, you're squashing my charisma. Why?
Wow. I forgot how dirty this song is, but I was like, I'm here for it. I would love for this to have been a single. I think it would have been a lot of fun. I think it's a little too, graphic is the wrong term, but it's a little too graphic for the radio. And if you just clean, well then again, I mean, I guess if we can get, speaking of Cardi on there, I mean, if we can get WAP on the radio, I'm sure they could have found a way to do it too. But let's be fair, who wants to hear the radio edit of WAP? Because, I mean, there's the two edits. There's the, like, the video one, where they're like, wet and gushy, and then there's the radio edit where they're like, wet, 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 and I'm like, oh my. So the one thing that really stuck out with me, RuPaul and Miley were clearly having a lot of fun. The line in there, I forgot this was a thing, where she's like, I love you, Nicki, but I listen to Cardi. I was kind of shocked by it, because Miley is, even though I would not consider Nicki Minaj a legend, but considering, you know, my taste goes to, you know, icons, you know, like Cher, Madonna and all that, in a world where female rappers were basically non-existent up until like after Lil' Kim, the first one to come back into major significance was Nicki Minaj, and a lot of female rappers who come out today really owe most of their career, in a sense, also to Nicki for helping to bring female rap back into the game. And so that's why I'm really always angry when I see these Cardi comparisons, because I feel like people have just abandoned Nicki. And keep in mind, I don't really stan her all that much, but I'm like, you do realize that Cardi B doesn't have a career without Nicki Minaj, right? Like, you get that, don't you? It just is what it is there. So I don't know if she's saying, I'm assuming this is what she's saying, maybe I'm reading too much into it, that she loves you, Nicki, she listens to you too, but she also listens to Cardi, and that's fine too, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know, there's just more me being the 50-year-old gay man that's trapped inside this body, speaking of legends, but that's interesting. Did that cause like a lot of fighting, like on the Twitter sphere back when this came out? Let me know. I'm always curious, but it's interesting. But I do like Cattitude. I think it's fun, and it's always a grand old time. Track number 5 is called Party Up the Street, and it is technically credited with, not features, so it's Ann's, with Mike Will Made It. We all know Mike Will. And this one actually excites me. It also includes Swae Lee. I know of Swae Lee because of his contribution he did with Madonna on her most recent album, Madam X. They did a song together called Crave, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love his vocals. I love how they blend together. I think it's really nice. So I'm excited to see hear how Swae Lee sounds with Miss Cyrus. So here we go.
You know where I stand. Be up the street, and you know what happens after dark.
Oh, what happened?
You can see our feet from the street.
Wow.
We can rock like an ocean wave. We can rock, we can rock, we can rock, we can rock, baby. You and me, we can be okay. You and me, we can be okay.
You know, this song was not unpleasant to listen to. There were parts of the production where I liked it. It was a very chill song. I think Swae Lee was okay. This wasn't the best I had heard him, you know, in his element. Him and Miley, I would argue that I wouldn't say that they had the greatest chemistry, but they did work together. Not like oh my god, they belong, collaborate all the time, but it was fine. I felt like this song was just, it never built really to anything, or it was just like, I heard the hook and it never really stopped, and I was kind of like, I'm over this. I didn't, like, it was nice to hear it. I feel like if it was something on in the background, I wouldn't mind it, but it's just kind of underwhelming, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Track number 6, the last track on the EP, is called The Most. So here we go.
I don't know why you still believe in me. No, why do I hurt you so? Is it 'cause you love me the most? The most? Is it 'cause I know? Is it 'cause you love me the most? The most? Is it 'cause I know your tender touch is the healing that I see?
That was a lovely vocal.
Even in my lowest place, you love me the most. And even when I can't stay the most. So why do I hurt you so? Is it 'cause I know? Why do I hurt you so? Is
Wow. That was actually a really pretty closer to this EP. I'm going to put a light next to it before I forget, but what I was getting out of this song, and I'm wondering if this is reflective of her and Liam. I mean, like I said before in my last video, I'm not too familiar with all the aspects of their relationship, and I doubt any of us ever will be because we're not Liam or Miley Cyrus, but it sounds like she's not, you know, in this song, she's not a perfect person, and she's done a lot of shitty things, but through it all, her significant other, or her friend, however you want to take it, still loves them the most. Like, they still love them the most, and she's like, why do I do this? Why do I hurt you? And I just don't understand. And that's really pretty. I mean, her vocals were killing it. I loved the production. It works as a really good closer for the EP. And I wonder if this would have been the closer for the album, too, if it had come to fruition, but it didn't. But this was really pretty, and I loved the heartfelt performance on it. Okay, guys, we did it. We just finished the She Is Coming extended play, and I gotta say, I'm really happy that I took the time to re-listen to this because I realized that this is a really good little package of songs. One of the things that I've been wondering while filming this is that, because like I said, there was going to be 3 EPs. Now, my question for that is, when they would have made, I'm just wondering, like when they made the track listing for the album, if it had happened, if She Is Miley Cyrus had happened, would it have been EP1, EP2, and then EP3, or would all the songs have been all done throughout the the album, and that would have interested me because I feel like it has to open with Mother's Daughter, and I like it closing with the most, but I would have loved to have, seen some other things sprinkled in. And realistically, if you think about it, if you made like a playlist of the She Is Coming era, you could easily add in On a Roll, you could add in that other song that she added to that single. I know she recorded a song after this. I don't know it. I think I might just take a re-listen for it by myself. Because I've heard it, but I don't really remember it. It was the single she released right after her and Liam divorced. It's called Slide Away. I heard it. I don't really remember it, TBH, because I didn't hear it until like maybe a couple months ago with my friends. But I mean, if you add those all in, you get a 6, 7, 8, 9. You get a 9. You get a 9-song album if you think about it. And if only she had 2 more than an 11, I'd be like, it's the same length as Younger Now. It's perfect. So it's a shame, but you know what? Plastic Hearts is gonna be incredible. So why does it matter? But there are some really good songs on here. So I think out of all 6, the only one I didn't really enjoy was Party Up the Street, but I liked the most. One thing I want to say about Cattitude real quick, because this like hit me like towards the middle of Party Up the Street. I forgot that her and Nicki, I think they're fine now. I don't know, TBH, but I remember that event where, what was it, the VMAs where Miley was hosting, and she was like, back to that bitch that had a lot to say about me in the press, Miley, what's good? And we were all like, ah! And we were like, so I forgot about that was a thing. But I mean, I think the lyric is for I love you, Nicki. She says she loves her, so all's well. I just forgot about that. But Dream, interesting lyrics. I'd be interested to hear it a few more times. Unholy, and Mother's Daughter. The one thing I will say about this EP is that I don't think the collaborations worked all the best. I really just I think RuPaul was fun. Ghostface Killah, we didn't need him. And Swae Lee he has more potential than I think that song realized up for him. But other than that, I think it's a solid set of songs. I'm going to be happy to listen to it. It's really funny because I think that, we go from bangers, we go to crazy, and then we go from Dead Pets, which is like up, it's not even on screen how crazy that freaking project is, and then we go down to Younger Now for like a little bit of sentimentalness. And I feel like for this album we just rose up a little bit, got back to maybe a little more adult, more explicit or lyrics, but nothing like ooh tee the scandalous. And I feel like this is the place where she had to be, and I feel like we're elevating back up just a little bit again with Plastic Hearts, because I mean the Monster video was not Monster. That's the new Shawn Mendes and Justin Bieber single, which I didn't like. So sorry for that. It was a busy day, but I mean Prisoner. So Prisoner, the new single. The song itself isn't like scandalous, but the video, eating. Someone told me, what was it, that they were eating cherries or something? Kissin' Divine. Also, I take immense pride in my reaction videos, but according to some of the comments, I was one of the few, or if not only, reactioners who did it, who recognized Divine at the end, and that's all on watching the 1988 version of Hairspray over and over. So there's that. But I actually did enjoy this. I had a fun time listening to it. What do you guys think of the She Is Coming EP? What do you think this era could have been? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Salvador J. Rocha, Twitter at Sal Says Stuff. The pun I'm going to end on this is swish swish, motherfucker. So bye, guys. I'll see you very soon at the end of the week for the Plastic Hearts reaction video. Bye.